Olá, gente, consegue me ouvir?
Consegue me ouvir?
Vou colocar o microfone aqui do lado.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Acho que dá pra me ouvir, né? Acho que dá. Beleza, vou deixar aqui no mudo. Deixar aqui do ladinho.
Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Pronto. Vamos fazer as diárias, por fazer mesmo. Eu sei que vai contar depois. Ai. Será que eu vou direto pra missão? Eita, abriu o evento, hein, gente? Eu vou só fazer. Será que eu consigo achar? Pelo menos em algum lugar aqui. A flor da Corina. Ah, essa tem duas. Eu preciso de quantas? 3. Vou tocar na Rita. Por que eu não usei na Rita antes? A flor, ela é uma deusa. Falta uma só pra...
Mind the side effects.
Falta uma. Ah, eu tô vendo umas ali, hein?
Everyone hold hands.
Ah, acender. mochilas, vamos lá. Nada, dica de nada.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how pure. Well, it is.
Bom, vamos pra missão. Envolvido em outras missões. Sua estar na missão atual pode ocupar uma das seguintes missões. O progresso não pode ser. Comédia. Nossa, eu nem vi. Eu estarei fazendo a missão de Arconte. O que eu precisava terminar? Ah, eu acho que era a missão do Wesley. Instituto. É, eu acho que era a missão do Wesley. Lembro de ter terminado a missão inteira da fortaleza. Vamos lá. Já se passou algum tempo desde o incidente da fortaleza.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Tem que descer pra onde? Pra cá. Pra cá. Pra cá. Ué? Gente, pra onde que tem que ir? Gente, pra eu descer? medo de ter começado a missão sem ter terminado uma. Porque essa é do Wesley. Qual que era aquela missão, gente, que tava aparecendo? Deixa eu ver o nome. É que eu curti tanta coisa no Perante. Será que eu não fiz alguma missão? Porque eu não lembro de ter parado na fortaleza. Nossa, eu tô todo confuso. Todo confuso. Eu tô com medo de pesquisar e levar spoiler. Ai, whatever. Qualquer coisa eu...
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered.
pra alguém.
If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Cuidado com esse elevador. Ainda lá em cima? Gente, qual mais outro elevador? Eu dei a volta. Eu não sei pra onde que eu preciso ir. Aí tá pedindo pra eu descer. Gente, eu não tô entendendo bulhufas. Eu não tô entendendo nada.
Let's go get our...
Meu Deus, que demora.
Take it easy. Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Meripede via the regular channels.
Oi, Rodrigo, tudo bem? Boa tarde. Consegue me ouvir? Por favor, assine aqui esse documento.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and... Huh?
What's happening?
Também tô bem. Já fez a missão
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Caraca, fez no primeiro dia. Eu não consegui, tô fazendo outro. Tinha uma missão antes pra fazer porque eu fiquei confuso aqui.
Take it easy.
Your Grace?
Se prepara para fortes emoções. Ai, meu Deus.
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I've developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait,
Pipe
seriously?
cleaning day.
Aha, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that... Oh, yeah, Paimon feels fond of... Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
E a Citywin vai ser realmente 5 estrelas, gente? Outra 5 estrelas isso?
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I? Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chef's...
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
Eu já fiz logo pra não tomar spoiler no Twitter.
You're right. I've heard the palais has
Então,
been
eu não
terribly
tomei
busy these
spoiler,
days.
viu?
Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent
Eu
string of troubles.
só... A única coisa que eu vi, tá? Foi... Tinha vazado, mas bem antes, a roupa dela de Arconte. Só isso, que é um vestido... azul claro, alguma coisa assim. Só. Tipo, sem nenhum contexto, sem nada. Então, por mim, tudo bem.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt!
E você espera
It's you
do plot
two.
da Furina, por tudo que
Apologies.
você já viu.
Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Olha,
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
eu
I'll
acho...
be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full
Antes eu
here.
ficava pensando
You can see
que talvez
yourselves
ela
in.
tenha se dividido. Mas isso aconteceu já em azul.
Everyone's so busy.
Então acho que
Seems a
não
lot has
vai
been happening.
acontecer agora de novo, porque a Royal é muito única, né? Cada nação tem algo diferente.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have
Mas eu
something
acho
to
que no
drink,
fim das
let the Melusine
contas,
outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
a Furina tem um plano.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
Ela tem um plano de salvar a Fontaine, só que ela não falou pra ninguém. Tipo, eu acho que ela tem muita coisa pra ser revelada que ela não falou pra ninguém. E eu não sei o que esperar da Igiria, por exemplo, que era a ex-Arconte, né? Ela deve ter morrido na... Ela deve ter não, né? Ela morreu, né? Eu acho que já falou isso. Que ela morreu na Guerra dos Arcontes. E aí ela passou pra Furina. E aí assim... Eu acho que o Gnosis tá na Oracna. E a Furina vai tentar pegar o Gnosis pra salvar a Fontaine. Eu acho que é isso que vai acontecer. Ponto. Eu acho que é isso. Deixa eu só tirar uma fotinha minha pra falar que eu tô online. E essa carinha, Rodrigo? Pensando aqui. Tá, não me fala nada. Se é isso, se não é. Tô com medo agora. Enfim, vai fazendo aí, tá bom. Vamos lá então, vamos continuar.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Eu não tô ouvindo, mas quero ver o...
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the fortress of Meripede, and it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Você viu que eu peguei a Furina assim? Eu vi, amigo.
Judging from your description,
Parabéns.
that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters,
Eu queria
but
uma
rather something
Charlotte, eu
like the
ganhei, sabe o
primordial
quê?
sea.
Uma espada Favonius.
A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tivat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself. Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we...
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
O que mudou, amigo, da Furina C0 pra C1?
The water levels rose?
A recarga dela melhora?
What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it
Já começa
appears.
com 150 de stack. Caraca, é muita coisa.
Nadia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately form... I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Vamos embora.
Please be careful.
Você tem constelação da Shogun?
Oh no! What happened here?
Eita, meu Deus. Caraca, você tem ela C2.
Nadia
That's
should be
a good
around
thought.
here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
Eita, aqui tem Dendrófilo. Eu sempre falo Dendrófilo. DPT.
Yeah.
Dendrófilo. Ai, não sei, cara. Ah, eu acho que aqui vai me deixar aqui. Eu acho. Tá, vamos fazer a missão. Cacete. Perdi. Vai, vai. Ah, era aqui mesmo.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look! There's someone on the roof over there!
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
All right! I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
Já tá começando.
My Desiree!
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
Mano, que pesado.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge.
Miau, miau, 27. Muito obrigado pelo follow.
I'm sorry.
Muito obrigado
Where were
pelo
we?
follow também.
The situation in Poisson?
Right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
Eita.
And out she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
Ela caminha falando para as pessoas.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose, of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Vamos lá pro cemitério. Peraí, gente. Problemas.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Pronto.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Personagens de Genshin tem problema? A gente também.
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still... I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But
Nossa,
I
sim,
could
a
at least
Nádia
hold
só.
a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just...
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us...
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for that. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list...
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, Daisy Ray, Juan. So everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost...
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Eita!
The knave? What are you doing here?
Do nada.
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Donada, gente.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now...
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate, then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and... By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could...
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Maripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh! That somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only now.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins?
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you— All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's...
Vou só pegar esse hidrófono aqui que tá na nossa cara, tá? Precisamos ir pra cá não tem nenhum. É subterrâneo. Ah, vamos aqui, cara.
Take it easy.
E aí, se tiver algum baú, eu pego. Ah, não.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding. Quietly now. Take it easy.
Vai fazer tudo hoje? Não sei, amigo. Vamos ver. Se ela for longa demais, talvez tenha que desistir. Vamos ver. Eu acho que umas 5 horas
Take it easy.
dura. São 6 horas de jogo. É bem longo, né? Vamos ver. O máximo que eu conseguir, eu faço hoje.
I have high hopes for this journey.
É muito da hora andar sobre a água.
So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about? Whoa, talk about old.
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
Tá. Que time que eu vou aqui, hein? Vou colocar a Yaya aqui, eu acho que vai dar bom.
All right, amuse me.
Talvez a Irlã, talvez a Fischl.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Right here, right now, right here.
Commit to memory.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Ai, meu Deus.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
No, you're right. I can't... That complicates things.
In that case, do you...
The water levels here are I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up...
All right. Come... Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
There's something wrong.
Eita, meu Deus. Ah! Nádia!
Navia!
Nádia!
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe
Que
she just
morreu o
wants some time
quê?
to
Tava
herself,
vendo o
Moose.
próximo banner. Pelo amor de Deus, não façam isso comigo. A Taylor Swift
Oh. Was I?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. This is a familiar feeling.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Well, they were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor, Obina, was getting fed up with...
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was...
Oh, yes.
One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much.
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here.
Aqui fica melhor?
Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time, demoiselle. We still have important...
Huh? We do?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial? Wait, well...
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh?
Look, it's Navia! She's here!
Gente, que estranho. Eu só vou ao banheiro rapidinho. Bebi muita água, tô com vontade de fazer xixi. Já volto. Voltei.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen.
Nossa, todo mundo que morreu, não é?
Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case? And as for the judge,
Eu tô falando alguma coisa.
Huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat.
Gente,
Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Huh? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now.
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's...
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing...
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual. Please do not mistake her actions as being...
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. And in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle. And that is how we will enforce justice.
My head...
Demoiselle!
Silver, it hurts. My head... I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. And Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit—
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority. Don't let them escape!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses.
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people? Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia, she...
Silence.
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that...
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Esse react que eu queria. Gente!
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defend—
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Caraca.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vacher?
Vacher! Das pessoas que foram dissolvidas viraram...
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right.
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even...
I suppose... Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been...
No way! Don't worry. She's doing fine down there.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi! Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then. So, Neuvillette, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transport. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
Oh, right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then! Oh no! Another unstable path! Watch your step!
Ah, vou morrer.
Mein Fräulein. Mind the side effects. A bit of help to swallow.
Foi o Vaizu quem morreu. Nossa, e agora pra eu subir lá? Deu bug, vocês viram? Vocês viram que bugou? Mano, eu não consigo subir. Eu não aguento o Vaizu tossindo, ele tosse muito. Olha lá, ó o bug. Ó, aí agora dá. Aí depois eu tenho que ir pro lado.
Reveal thyself! Commit it to memory!
Mind the side effects.
Nossa, eu nunca levei esse time pro abismo. Eu acho que ia tancar o abismo. O time tá forte, eu nem sabia disso.
We're almost at the top! Keep it up!
Opa!
Yeah. Everyone hold hands! Yeah. By Roy...
Mein Fräulein.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Remember, help comes first.
Roll!
A bit of help to swallow.
Nossa, que lindo!
like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates? It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past.
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed,
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
Celestia?
And is that Lady Farina in the 3rd image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The 4th image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very...
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really...
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the 3rd, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person in the 2nd image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you
still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat!
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stones. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share...
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem?
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then.
I will be carefully considering my words.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always... Alright, I'll be on my way then.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two.
Yay! And there's good food too! Navia! Ooh, dessert! Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
A Mona veio decidir o destino, será?
Mona!
Decidir não, né?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Momstatter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally...
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you...
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice-as-great? That's so... petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but once she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist. and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is... I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. It's
a visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. Huh? Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face.
Thanks, Mona! You're amazing!
Oh, well, this is something only I can do.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we...
Indeed. That's the...
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help.
Ah, eu quero ver o nome da constelação da Mona agora.
Good morning.
Tô quase entrando no celular pra
To
ver.
be honest, I'm still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and get going.
Nome da primeira constelação da Mona. Profecia da submersão. Como assim? Como assim, hein? Não, eu sei, mas pô... Esse como assim foi tipo... Como assim tava na nossa cara todo esse tempo e... Sabe?
Ad Astra...
Ah, não.
I knew you'd miss me. Let's go. Time is against us.
Make sure to keep up. Been a while since I've limbered up.
Ad Astra... Thank you for completing today.
Desde o início do jogo.
Ad Astra...
E a gente não percebeu, cara. A gente nem ligava pra isso, né? O pior é isso. Que da hora. Que da hora. Vamos lá. Fica aqui. Ah, isso aqui fechada. Aqui andou um pouco. Ok. Vamos lá.
You're here! Finally!
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have...
I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with...
I assume you've been outside for a while.
Oh! You noticed! Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless we may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but this may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us their...
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and use on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. Around...
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss.
O Neverlet é muito fofo, gente.
In that case,
Eu acho a roupa dele um pouco
do any of you
estranha.
have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette...
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before.
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of war. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, Animals of the same kind will follow them.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of... If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Uma armadilha precisamos montar para a Florina abrir a boca. É melhor eu parar aqui, né? Porque eu já tô com soninho também, confesso. Estou ansioso pra saber. Estou.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Mas também tenho muita coisa pra fazer ainda hoje. Onde tá esse dentro? Olha eu querendo falar dendróculo de novo. Agora vai ficar mais interessante. Ai, gente, é sempre assim. Sempre quando para na parte mais interessante tem que sair. Mesma coisa foi na 1. Onde fica esse trófilo? Deve estar lá em cima. Deve estar lá em cima. Não sei onde está. Bom, gente, vou finalizar a live por enquanto aqui, tá? A gente continua na próxima. Não sei se ainda hoje, talvez. Vamos ver. Bom, mas estou aí ansioso para saber o final que vai ser, tá bom? Beijinhos, obrigado pela presença de vocês. Tchau, tchau.